Hey guys, if you're looking for AP biology or college biology videos related to Unit 4, which is all about cell communication and cell cycling, this is a great video for you. We're going to be honing in more specific details as it relates to the signal transduction pathway, specifically for section 4.3. Please note that for this video, it's a great foundation for sections 4.1 and 4.2, which we have released previously. So if you have a test coming up or an exam or you're reviewing for any sort of AP biology related course exam or in-class exam, make sure to check out our earlier videos. There is a whole playlist dedicated to Unit 4. It's a great foundation for this video here. And as always, please make sure to note the disclaimer listed below, and let's get started. Okay, we've talked about previously the signal transduction pathway, and we previously in section 4.2, once again, that's a great video to check out, signal amplification. And if you remember, we talked about relay molecules and the understanding that the more you're inside the cell itself, so let's take a look at a picture of a cell. We said that there is a receptor, and that receptor has to attach to initially get that signaling response to then get to relay molecules. And the more molecules there are inside, this leads to signal amplification. So basically, what happens is the actual signal response becomes stronger and stronger due to the amplification. And the way that this is affected essentially is cells interact and they adapt to changes in the environment. So you could have an amplification response that is so strong due to factors like temperature, light, or chemicals, or it could get weaker and also be affected by these three factors as well. So this can essentially edit or alter the way the cell responses, and the cell itself can be audited in what's called the cell cycling of that actual cell, which we will cover later on. For now, you just need to understand that cells can amplify their signaling response based on certain factors like temperature, light, and chemicals. This alters the way the signal transduction pathway results and how they're going to function essentially within the cell itself. Now, I want to talk about this key example here. While you're not expected to memorize this specific answer or this specific video related to insulin, this is a great example for if you get an FRQ. So make sure that you take a look at this because you're going to see other examples similar to this potentially in a free response question. So as you can see here, we're talking about insulin. And insulin is going to be a signal that will attach to its associated insulin receptor. What happens is insulin is related to glucose. However, when the insulin signal is not attached to the receptor, the glucose molecule will not enter in the cell. However, if we have the insulin that attaches to the receptor, it sends a signal within the cell itself to open up that once glucose channel. Therefore, the receptor opens up, allowing for glucose to enter within the cell. And this is a way that signal transduction pathway can work, essentially utilizing insulin. While you don't need to memorize this specific example, once again, I want to audit and say you should really understand this type of questioning for a potential free response question. Okay, now that we're done covering that, I just want to go back to the signal transduction pathway itself. Please note that we covered this in section 4.2, and just a brief reminder, there are 3 steps for the signal transduction pathway. Remember, you have the signaling molecule that attaches to the associated receptor, just like we saw with insulin attaching to its appropriate receptor, which is located outside the cell essentially attaching to the cell itself on that phospholipid bilayer, which leads to the second step, the transduction portion, in which you could have relay molecules or secondary messengers that can essentially trigger a cellular response. So that's step 3. So you have 3 essential steps: reception, transduction, and response. To understand more details related to this, I would also review video section 4.2 and 4.1. Once again, make sure to go to that playlist related to Unit 4. We go into more details in that unit. Now it's quiz time. Let's take a look at the following question listed here. Make sure you understand the following question, pause the video, and try to figure out the question yourself. Once you're done reviewing the video question, make sure to unpause the video and we'll circle back around. Okay, now that you're done reviewing the question, let's try to review this question together. The question states, what happens when insulin binds to its receptor? Does it A, glucose channel closes, the glucose channel opens, allowing glucose to enter the cell? That's answer choice B. Answer choice C, insulin is degraded immediately, or answer choice D, glucose is synthesized inside the cell. Based on what we learned, the best answer choice is B, the glucose channel opens, allowing glucose to enter the cell. The way that you can think of this is for a free response question or a multiple choice question. Please understand they will give you a brief debriefing of the relationship between insulin and glucose. The fact that you increase insulin to then increase glucose channels entering in the cell. This little tidbit information, while you don't need to memorize it for AP biology, is a great fact to understand in case you get a free response question related to insulin and its relationship to glucose. So now you understand how to solve the question and also understand that it's related to signal transduction pathway. I hope this video really helps hone in on high yield related topics related to critical thinking topics as it relates to the signal transduction pathway. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and also take a look at the playlist related to Unit 4. I really do suggest that to better understand signal transduction pathway. Hey, Geeking Out on STEM family, guess what? We want you to hit that subscribe button. Why? Because we'll be producing more content just like this for the AP Biology exam and the new digital SAT exam. By subscribing, you'll be getting exclusive up-to-date tips, tricks, and secrets for both exams. Also, if you're a parent, a teacher, a homeschool instructor, or a student, you might be looking for affordable and exclusive digital products to help improve multiple choice questions, free response questions, or question bank questions related to both the digital SAT or AP Biology exam. We have them here. Make sure to check out our link tree in our bio for curated resources that you won't find anywhere else. These unique resources are designed to help you raise your score. By hitting the subscribe button, the more subscribers we get, by the way, the more videos we can make. So make sure to join our family to ensure that you get a perfect score for both exams. We can't